and I do and have spoken about mental health many times on my channel, many times. It's not just about pop culture, it's also about having important discussions. It's not also about reviewing shows, it's about getting real to the real pain and what life really is. Because there were times where, you know, it's a very difficult situation, because what ties down so nicely with suicide is one word, and that is hopelessness. To not have any hope, to not know where to go as an individual. You know, people say that, you know, suicide is a choice. Well, in actual fact, it's the exact opposite. It's not about whether it's a choice or not. It's the fact that there are no more choices to make, and therefore you want to end your life, because there are no other, you know, ways. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. You feel like there isn't any way to go. There's no positive choices that you can make, and nobody that can help you. People see you as enablers, people see you as grief, people see you as burdening, and you just feel like there is no end sight, that there is no choice that you can make other than to do this. And, you know, there were times where I felt like, you know, this is what I have to do. Now, for the reasons for why I felt like that, I haven't really addressed that on YouTube, on podcasts, on anything, because I feel like, you know, these are private matters, and maybe one day I'll address it, maybe one day I won't. But there were times where I was like, I need to end my life. This is it. Like, I need to end everything. Everything needs to go now, and I need to die, and I have to kill myself. And this is what I felt. And then remember, there was I'm not going to get emotional talking about it, but there was this one time where I was like, because of just a lot of abuse was going on at this time of my life, but I was just like, now things need to end. And I remember I was looking for a rope, because I was like, I need to hang myself, and I need to just get it over and done with, so that the pain can eventually stop. It's like, you don't want to die, you just want the pain to stop. You want it to stop, and people find ways for it to stop by essentially killing themselves and committing suicide, because they want the pain to stop. So it's just a topic that I wanted to bring to my channel, and with the recent situation, I feel like this is a good time to discuss and talk about it, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys maybe could relate to it. If you guys could, let me know. Use the hashtag I'm over it, and we can talk about it on Twitter. Let's start a discussion up. That first second when you wake up, that first flipping second when you wake up, and you don't have any memory of like the day or whatever, or like you don't know what happened, and then it just immediately within 1 second sinks all into your mind. That kind of pain, that realization of, here we go again. And, you know, it does get better. It does get better, of course, but when you are in that state of mind, you're in that confusion, you're in that state where you're like, I don't know what to do, this is the best way forward. And that was my thinking process, where I was like, I need to find a good rope, I need to, like, you know, get a chair, tie around my neck, and jump off it and hang myself and die. This is what I wanted to do. This is the absolute truth. It's disgusting, it's shocking, but this is what I want to speak about. And this is why this is going to be a bit of a groundbreaking podcast for me, because I haven't actually addressed this anywhere, but I feel like this is something that I've went through. This is the phase of my life. Suicide is something that I have, you know, it's very hard for me. This is why it was so hard for me. When the situation with Caroline Flack took place, everybody was like atting me everywhere. My socials, talk about it. And it was a personal, you know, the PTSD that gets triggered, the post-traumatic stress disorder that gets triggered with these situations. I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but of course I want to put something out for my subscribers, put a quick video out and call it a day. Maybe one day, you know, one video a day at them, because, you know, when you post consistent content, it's hard for you to get out that timetable. So I just put it out there, but it can be so hard for anybody, including me, that has dealt with situations like this and are seeing this online, and that, you know, enjoy the show and are seeing this. Obviously, my condolences to Caroline Flack's family as well. Also, people that have been involved in abusive domestic situations that involve Caroline Flack as well, because the conflict of emotions they're feeling is just crazy. But I want to leave all of that for one entire podcast episode later this week. Park that for a minute and just keep the main topic as suicide. Because it's been at least multiple times where I feel like I need to leave my life, I need to go. This is not a natural feeling, but something that occurs when people cause you pain and people cause you a lot of abuse, where you feel like you want your life to end, you want it to go away, you're just done with it. And there's so many kind of like, you know, negative stigmas and associations and stereotypes when you talk about mental health in cultures and society today, especially as men as general. They don't get as emotional and they don't talk about stuff like this, but this is real life. This is reality. I don't understand. Like, are we going to act like something that did not happen when it clearly did? Can't take the abuse anymore. It's coming from left, right, center, and it's never going to end. This was my thought process. It's never going to end. How is this going to end? The light of the end of the tunnel is not going to come. What do I need to do? I can't take the pain anymore. When is it going to stop? Hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from, and if any of you guys can relate to it, then hopefully this can be, you know, a good way to help process your feelings. If anybody else is feeling suicidal who has felt this way that is listening to this current podcast. But I just like, this podcast isn't just about pop culture, guys. This podcast is not just about reviewing programs and celebrities, and this is a very people, if you know me from my channel, you know that I'm very real. You know that there's no filter. I don't care. I speak about very important discussions, from race to mental health related stuff, very important nitty gritty stuff, because it is reality. It is life. It is what we go through. You just want the pain to stop, and the people causing you the pain don't even see that they're causing you the pain, and that is the gag. That is the madness. That is the ridiculousness. They just don't see it. You know, the next morning or the next day, you're just talking to friends or family, whatever. Even while you're talking to them, you still feel like you're drowning. Like, you feel like you're just going down, and you feel like it's a weird feeling where you feel like you're just slipping down somewhere mentally, but you're still having these conversations, you're still laughing or whatever, but you just feel like absolute crap within inside, in a weird way. I don't know how. I genuinely don't know how I did. But the storms I battled through, I'm pretty sure a lot of people listening to this now have been through so many storms themselves. And if you guys have, and you guys are listening to this, then you have survived, beloved. You are all survivors. We are all survivors of trials and tribulations that have tried to take us down, and they have failed. So be proud of yourselves. Be proud of yourselves.